Hello, I'm Sean Fletcher, and today I'm going to be meeting a group called Flock Together here in Hackney Marshes on what is an absolutely beautiful day. I'm going to be finding out a bit about the group, why they flock together, and they're going to be giving me some tips on bird watching. So watch this video to find out what we get up to throughout the day. Well, Ollie, Nadeem, thanks for taking me under your wing today. Tell me a bit about yourselves.
So I'm Ollie, I'm behind all the creative on Flock.
And I'm Nadeem, behind all the wildlife.
What is Flock Together?
It's a good question because Flock Together started as a bird watching collective, but it's quickly evolved into like a big outdoors platform.
A bird watching collective, what is that? Is that sort of helping people get access to birds?
Yeah, it's basically bringing people together around the activity of bird watching. It was something that we traditionally didn't do, but we wanted to break that stereotype and really introduce it in a new way.
Definitely. It was something that I was doing alone for a long time, and then it wasn't until I met Ollie that I realised, wow, there's actually a whole community missing out on this experience, this benefit of nature. Started with what, 15 people on the first walk, now we're in the 200, 250 people space. But I think there were barriers that existed at that time. I think those barriers are very minimal now, or they're non-existent because of the work we've done and the groups that have followed in Flock's path. But now it's so much more than that.
Nadeem, when you go on a walk and 250 people turn up, that must be a fantastic feeling.
It's an amazing feeling, you know, and especially when we have loads of people that come on their own as well. That's another thing. They just think, oh, I'm going to come and see what it's about. They always leave with friends, and then we have people, countless people pulling us aside at the end, and they're just like, wow, I would never have thought to go for a walk on a Sunday like this, but now it's going to be a part of my lifestyle. And that's everything we're about, just allowing people to feel comfortable in that space and reclaim it for themselves.
I said 250, 251, you've got another member.
Yay!
Can I join up?
Yeah,
Yes.
of course.
Anytime,
Let's get
anytime.
going. Nadeem and Ollie, I've just walked into your group and met some people. What a warm welcome. I mean, they're a good bunch of people, aren't you? Look, tell me guys what your names are, where you're from, and what you do.
I'm Polly from London, and I work in mental health.
Hi, I'm Ice. I work in theatre, sometimes TV, and I originally come from Kenya, but now I come from Hackney, I guess.
So you're a local girl here.
Yeah,
This is
I'm Lyra, I'm from Croydon and I work outside. I work with nature.
I'm Dennis. I'm actually from Hungary, from Budapest. I'm a photographer. I'm also the flockographer.
Yeah. Hey.
That's so rehearsed that joke. The photographer.
Yeah.
So this is exactly what this is perfect for you, isn't it?
This is exactly it, just out, just capturing the vibe.
I'm Samatar. I'm a multidisciplinary artist and a student.
I'm Indira. I run a startup edtech company with my sister. And for Flock, I'm also a walk leader.
A walk leader? That sounds like you're a bit of a big cheese in there.
Big cheese.
I'm a new cheese.
Nadeem and Ollie, I suppose that's the nature of it. You've got so many people coming. You were talking about 250 people. Quite a lot of them are going to be recent joiners, aren't they?
Yeah, most are first timers.
Yeah,
right?
we have this thing where our Flock's role is introducing people to nature. You know, they might come once and then maybe take another 6 months before we see them again. So that's okay, that's what we want.
I'm quite baby Flock at the moment. I've been on like a couple of walks, but yeah, I was aware of them for quite a while and like really wanted to join. I think it's a really lovely community that we've got here. I'm always like a bit anxious about new things, can be quite anxious about meeting new people. I'm autistic, so I can find that really hard trying something new, but a friend of mine came along with me and yeah, I had a really good time and back for more, obviously.
Yeah.
The outdoors is such a great space as well. Like I've always found like comfort in the outdoors, spent a lot of time in parks as a kid, but obviously that's parks because living in London you don't always have access to a lot of space, and I feel like what's so great about Flock Together is that, you know, at the core we're together, but then, you know, you'll have people kind of walking a bit ahead or behind and having different conversations, seeing different things, and we really kind of like move together, but we're all having our own experiences, which is really nice.
And Lyra, how long have you been coming to the group?
So it was 2021, I believe, a year later. I think Ollie first on Instagram, and then I found Flock Together. I was like, this is amazing. Like, for so long I did not feel like part of the community, like in terms of the nature community. I felt really lost. So yeah, Flock Together was the first time I felt like really part of a community.
I grew up in St. Lucia to begin with, and so nature is a really big part of how we live our lives. And in the UK, I haven't had as much time in nature. Prior to Nadeem and Ollie, I'd never seen like black people and people of colour in nature bird watching, and I was really like intrigued by it because I'd never seen it before. So I was like, I feel more comfortable, I feel represented here. And Flock really allows you to feel included in a space that wider society doesn't seem accessible.
I love the fact that birdwatching is an excuse to get out into nature and like connect with nature. Because before Flock, I don't know, maybe I'd go to the park, but again, it's not the same.
I absolutely love how welcoming the community is. As someone who doesn't know a lot about birds, oftentimes people will be like to me, oh, what bird is that? And I'm like, maybe ask Nadeem. Like, I'm not the bird babe, but I love how friendly everyone is and to just feel really and truly a part of a community that sees you, that supports you, that applauds you for wanting to know, for being curious. Is so important to me, and I'm really happy to be a part of this community.
Before Ollie and I started Flock Together, we acknowledged that we had an interest in birds. But then when Ollie came and said, like, let's start this movement and give the community birding, we were like, yeah, that would be cool. It's a bit quirky, people will be interested in it. But straight away what happened was people came for the birding, but then left with the building blocks to form their own relationship with nature, any part of nature that they want. And that's really what Flock is about. Really about connecting with nature as a whole, as opposed to just focusing on the birding.
Yeah, it's like the bird watching is the portal to sort of go into so much, a bigger world.
Absolutely.
And so much more out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I get it.
Going into green spaces in London can sometimes feel like quite unsafe. And like the best time to watch birds is usually in the morning or really like at sunset. So when it's usually dark and things like that. So being able to be with a group and feel safe whilst birding was super important for me. And at the same time, meet new friends, catch a vibe. Yeah, that for me was super important.
For me, I'd say it's very much grounding, especially as a inner city working class person who grew up in a state where I'm used to concrete, and it just lets me know that I'm part of a larger ecosystem, I'd say. As a neurodivergent person as well, like with terms of sound, it helps me cope with sound. I think a lot of us normalize sirens and polices and high streets and buses, but then the things, being in nature, you get different kind of sounds happening, which is really good for the mental health.
Like the parakeet.
Yeah, is that that's the siren of the parakeet?
Yeah. Nature's siren.
Love it.
When you listen to everyone's reasons for joining Flock, it's our role as Flock to present all these access points to nature, whether that's through community and bonding, whether that's through art, music, food, whatever it is. Our role as an organisation is to really present as many ways people can connect with the outdoors, and that's where creativity comes into play. And our focus as we move into the next phase for Flock is really using creativity as problem solving, because nature has all those answers.
Ollie, tell me what the pillars are that underpin Flock Together.
So when we started, we wanted to ensure that everything we do was underpinned and we had a mission. Challenge preconceptions, so the notion that nature and the outdoors, that's a white thing. Creative mentorship, we have an incredible database of members, so ensuring that they can pass on their experience to the next generation. Ecological protection, so ensuring that environments like this, we're protecting them, not just using them, but ensuring we protect them as well. Also, building community. The idea of bringing people together, to support and protect each other is essential to what we're doing. And then lastly, just sharing the benefits of nature, all of the benefits that come within this space, the huge variety and being able to present that in new and exciting ways.
Tell me what the benefits are of being outdoors in nature like this.
For me, the benefits are endless. It's inspiration. It's the most creative platform ever. There's a level of perspective that you gain from being in the outdoors. Seeing this, this biodiversity carry on with and without you. There's a grounding. that comes with being outside. You know, we talk about meditation and those things, but this place is such an aid in just bringing you back to earth.
What are you doing to make places like this more inclusive?
Firstly, it's about visibility, ensuring that people can see themselves in this space, and that's what Flock does a lot. It's all about visibility. We're always considering new ways to bring more people into the space. When you look at the barriers to entry, we do have to understand that the clothing can be expensive, so making sure that there's affordable options for people to take their first introductory step into the outdoors with affordable clothing is hugely important.
Yeah, and I'm a brand ambassador for Peter Storm, and that's exactly what we're trying to do, make sure that everyone can afford to buy the gear. So, you know, in this country it can rain at any time, that you've got the gear that can sort of get you through some of the colder weather, but so you can also enjoy the warmer weather as well. And I noticed you've got a Peter Storm on there.
Yeah.
Doing the right
brand.
thing. Ollie, for someone watching this thinking, I want to take part in that, what's your message to them?
Wow, we've definitely got something for everyone. There's the monthly walks, which are for people of colour, but outside of that, we have events throughout the year where everyone's welcome. On top of that, we have the Academy, which is about bringing school-age children into these incredible spaces, but using creativity to help them see these spaces in completely new ways. So yeah, there's something for everyone.
Well, you've certainly got me hooked.
After today, you're an expert, so yeah, you're in.